Ready?
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go.
God damn it.
Adam and Corwin are playing games.
They're both so stupid and lame.
The show is going to hell. In a handbasket.
Hey there, interwebs. I'm Adam, that's Corwin. This is HandbasketGaming, and today we're playing Extreme Exorcism.
Exorcism to the top tier.
Oh, it's multiplayer.
Oh, I wasn't ready to play a multiplayer game. Adam, go take this game.
All right,
on.
I'll take point.
You. I want you to play Ace Blade.
So this is a very interesting game, and I'm apparently playing through the tutorial here.
Apparently, you're gonna play a punk who is like.
Punk.
No, when I say punk, I mean like punk rocker. Oh God!
Fuck your chair.
Killed that evil chair.
But yeah, the way this one works is that the ghosts, like you always start off by killing a chair, and then the ghost mimics your actions the last round, and you have to go through.
Interesting.
And in order to move to the next round, you have to kill the king ghost, the one that has the crown on.
Interesting.
It really, really is. Like, I played I was planning on doing what I normally do when I test things out and play, like, fuck, and the ghost can kill you, obviously.
God.
But I was planning on doing what I did last time, like, what I normally do, which is, like, play one round to make sure that the controls are good and that nothing's gonna fuck up, and then call it good. I accidentally played through, like, 10 levels of this because it's just so interesting and fun.
Yeah. I can see that. This is a really neat concept.
Yeah. And
it's going to get significantly harder because you're going to have more ghosts shooting in different directions.
Well, that is why this weapon right here is important. Because the exorcism weapon actually removes ghosts permanently. Huh. So, if I had used that if I had used that more effectively, then I would have had a lot fewer ghosts to deal with. Like, if you get a good hit with the exorcism, then you end up with no ghosts, and it's like you're starting fresh. But yeah, the way this goes is that you, in a normal round when it's not the tutorial, you go until you die 3 times, I think, and then you move on to the next stage. If you,
in your defense, like, you would do better if you were, You're
Bill. Gonna say better at the game, I'm gonna smack you.
Oh no, I was gonna say if you were Bill, but
Who's Bill? Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's good with ghosts.
Yeah,
he ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Afraid of no ghosts. And he's such a predominant Bill, I figured I could just call him Bill, so I guess that's on me.
That's a fair point. Well, I
want to talk about Bill like I know him. Like, I'm going to talk, me and Bill, we kick it sometime. I don't know if you know him, a buddy of mine, Bill Murray. He and I like to go to the park sometimes.
So I was talking to Marty the other day. That's Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, you don't mind. Yeah, it was me and my old pal McFly. We were just,
me and Stevie the other day. That's Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
We were.
He likes it when I call him Stevie. He tells me that his mother can't call him that, but I sure can.
What a strange statement.
I thought it was strange too, but you know how Stevie Scorsese is. We call him Stevie Sazy.
I hate you. Like, sometimes trying to just go with the shit you say is just fucking impossible. Whoops.
Probably didn't need that just yet.
I accidentally bumped the button as I was trying to do a different attack. Come down here!
Hey man, in your defense, there are no ghosts in that corner now.
That is a God damn it. That's a fair point.
So.
Get.
What?
Get. Fuck. Okay, it's
What's
fine.
that slime on the ground there?
It's bouncy, but not bouncy enough. Oh, it is bouncy enough if you double jump. I'm an idiot.
Makes me think of makes me think of a friend of mine, Ivan.
That's Ivan News for
Ivan News, if you don't know him.
Just in case you didn't know, that's my buddy Ivan News.
We call him Ivy.
That's a weird name because. Oh, what is that?
Oh, hey! I thought you just died.
Nope, I'm amazing. It only goes into bullet time, or no? Does it go into bullet time when I die? I don't know. Ah, jump! Ah, and normally, fuck.
Damn.
like, it's an interesting balance because you're trying to balance between, where am I? Okay. You're trying to balance between keeping yourself alive in this frantic cacophony of bullets, a bullet hell, if you will. You're focusing on trying to keep yourself alive, but at the same time, you want to fire as little as possible because you just know it's going to lead to more problems for you in the following rounds.
So you need to get clean shots.
Yes, exactly. Well, you need to get clean. Like, you need to only shoot against the big guy if you can. But that's difficult to do because, you know, there's sometimes you miss like that.
Against the chair.
Against a chair. So it was a very wily chair, okay?
It was. But you know what? Sometimes it's just what happens. Like for example, when I'm hanging out with my pal, Dennis.
It's Dennis Hopper, everybody. Or is that Dennis the Menace?
I was gonna say, you know, Dennis Leary, everyone knows him.
Yeah, Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
Leary.
Leary.
Ha! He didn't have any follow-up.
No, that's just it. That was really all. I was like, I don't.
I'm just gonna make another name drop joke. It's gonna be funny.
He's far too cool for me. I don't think that I'm capable of, like, even making up a story as I was hanging out with this really cool guy, and me, like, I just don't think that was gonna work. So kind of ended there.
I got sworded by a hat. No, hey, come here. I won't kill you, I swear.
Reminds me of that time when I was hanging out with Jeff.
Ooh, no! That's Jeff Probst, everybody. That's
I was gonna say Fox.
Star of
Foxworthy, actually. I told him to just stop being himself.
I was gonna say,
like, can you just don't be you anymore? And
he
we'll all
sounds
be all right.
exactly cool enough to be hanging out with you. Like, that is not a Dennis Leary problem. He is right on your level.
No, it's just like, me and
if you fuck your
cable
sister,
guy, we're just
you might be a redneck.
Jesus. Or, from West
If you've got
Virginia.
sunburn on the back of your neck from working outside, you might be a redneck.
If you have pants, you might be wearing
pants. If you own pants, you might be wearing them. What the fuck is the matter with us?
That's an important concept. I mean, you probably do. How often do you just like, you know what? I'm going to put these on. Unless you're trying them on at a store. You don't go to your friend's house and just be like, you know what? Those pants look pretty neat.
I mean, I do. I am often complimenting my friend's pants.
Actually, true story. My buddy Duncan, it was his birthday. He turned 18.
Okay.
He got like 5 pairs of jeans for his birthday. He's the kind of guy that actually likes that sort of thing, so...
Weird.
It was kind of weird. But he got 5 pairs of jeans, and I decided at his birthday party that I was going to wear all of them before he did. So, one at a time.
At the same time. Oh, that's
I'd throw them on.
the opportunity
and then
that you missed, my friend.
he was a skinny dude, and I was a skinny dude at the time too, but I was not skinny enough to put on 5 skinny pairs of jeans.
Were they skinny jeans?
They were not skinny jeans, but they were not a lot of room to do anything else type jeans. I could have gotten 2 of them
like
on,
cutting
maybe.
off circulation jeans. Yeah.
So what I did is I just put on each pair of pants, and then when he found out what I was doing, he tried to stop me, and I was like, no, so he's chasing me around while I'm running around pantsless carrying his pants and throwing them on one at a time.
So many of your stories are about a pantsless you.
I do have a lot of stories about having no pants on. It's the America we live in, man.
What does that even mean? That's like
It's an America that doesn't need pants.
That's one of those generic things that you can you can say that in response to
people are like,
literally
uh-huh.
anything someone says. Where it's like, so it was foretold.
Yes, the great. Oh shit.
I really could use an exorcism button right now.
Oh god.
Oh god, I
All I'm
flattened out
saying is
really
that when I was
weird.
hanging out with Joss Whedon the other day, he was saying to me, listen, Corwin, I know that Buffy was not really in your time zone, like you were a kid, but if you were a teenager at that point in time, I think that you would have made a fantastic villain for the show. And I was like, thanks, pal.
Especially with you not wearing pants right now.
Yeah, I would really appreciate if you did wear
I welcomed
pants.
you into my home.
Why'd you take those off?
I think it's funny that this is the first time ever, I think, that you were talking about Joss Whedon and you actually pronounced his name right. Normally you call him Josh Whedon.
Yeah.
And I was primed. I was completely ready to make a joke. It's just like, oh yeah, he said, he told me to call him that. Only his friends can call him Josh. That's what he prefers. But everybody else has to call him Joss. But no, you had to do something well and fuck up my joke. Thanks a lot, Corwin. What is the chair even doing?
He's trying to eat the wall over there.
I mean,
he's like, I like walls.
I mean, I'm not playing better, but it's very strange.
Death the chairs. You gotta get a score of 50? You gotta survive 50 rounds? No, you don't.
No, I have to get a score of 50, which...
You're already at score of 20, so you just gotta get 5 of them.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I had a fun game show idea.
Oh yeah, what was your game show idea?
It's as with most
what
of
a
my
garbage idea.
As with most of my ideas, Corwin responds like that. As with most of my ideas in this vein, it is based entirely off of a pun name, and then I develop the show around it. It's called The Proof is in the Pudding. And first off, to explain that, wow, that was fucking good. That saying has actually been bastardized. It initially was, that was the saying. It was that.
Wow. All right.
It's a loud
great
belch.
saying, Adam.
The saying was, the proof in the pudding is in the eating, and it means, like you can't tell if the dessert is good until you actually eat it. But in my version, it's a mixture of a murder mystery party and like Great British Bake Off, where you have to solve a murder and make a good dessert all at the same time.
Like how about if we have a bunch of contestants and they all have a different like a game of Clue. They all have a different murder weapon they've got to put in their dessert. And you have to solve it, and then once you solve it, you've got to decide which of these desserts is the one that's going to have the clue that you need based off of what the dessert is.
You figure out who committed the murder, but that's not enough.
That's not enough. You have to then figure out, all right, I think it was Leroy Cross. And you're like, all right, Leroy Cross, what kind of dessert would he have hid his weapon in? The damning evidence.
Oh, so
and you're like, well, LaCroix grew up in in Boston. And as we know, Boston's known for their cheesecake, so...
Cream pies.
So Marietta's cheesecake over there, Boston cream pie cheesecake, is definitely the one that the evidence is going to be in. I'm going to eat that.
You have to bake a different, like not your weapon into, like you just have to bake a random weapon into your thing. We
got people who bake random weapons into the pies.
And then there's like two stages. One is where the murder is being committed with, let's say the revolver.
Yeah.
And then the second stage is everybody bake a thing, and and then Mary committed the murder, but Claudette has the revolver to bake into her souffle.
And you could still win and be wrong. You could be like, man, it was definitely Joan of Arc was the one that killed this person. And you're like, all right, Joan of Arc.
You could win the...
and you could pick the right dessert for the wrong reasons.
Oh, no, see,
and then they're like, oh, no.
Oh, okay.
It was actually Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was hanging out with him last weekend, and he told me I could do this.
So I was thinking more along the lines of you could get it right but still lose, as in like you figure out who did the murder and with what and what dessert it's in and everything, but your cupcakes were dry as shit.
Yeah.
So you fucking lose.
Well,
it's like, I'm sorry. So there's like, you have to, like, you get a bonus if you solve the crime, but in addition to that, if you, but it's like an elimination style.
See, I was
Top
seeing
Chef sort of thing where you can get the bonus, but you can still get voted off because you did a bad bake.
I think we're gonna have to have two. This is how it's gonna go. This is the perfect way we're gonna lay this out.
All right.
You've got the contestants who are on the show every single week, as we one by one eliminate them.
Yeah.
Who are making the desserts and are given the murder weapon they've got to put into the dessert.
Okay.
Then you've got
show.
No, not even a separate show, but like a guest star. like today's guest starring Samuel Cutter of something or other, and then Samuel, who's the guest star, he's actually the one who's just trying to figure out the murder. And we're gonna go back and forth to the bakers who were baking, and like what they're doing to disguise their murder weapons. Maybe one of them even knows who it is. And then we go over to the guest star, and he's trying to figure out who it is. So the guest star can figure it out, but maybe the guest star picks the wrong one, and that's why they get kicked out of this.
I have no idea. I've lost the plot entirely.
We're gonna figure this out on the next episode. Absolutely.
Let me finish this round, man. Jeez. Don't take away my plans here. Get back here. Come
on, ghosts. There you go.
But yeah, I've still got one more life. I want to.
Okay.
Can't leave people hanging. People have got to see how good I am at this game. But I'm thinking it would be like a double feature sort of thing, like one show airs directly before the other one, and it's the hour-long pudding rock block, and so you get the murder mystery clue show, and then immediately after that is when the baking comes out.
It's really funny you would say that, because I was hanging out with a very good friend of mine. You may know him, Josh Green. And he and I were playing in a band.
I actually don't know who that is.
I just realized what I meant to say.
You just tried to name drop and fail.
No, I meant to say Seth Green. Josh Green's someone I went to school with. It was definitely... And he wasn't even a good friend of mine. He was just someone that I knew. God damn it.
My buddy Josh Green. You might have heard of him.
He works at the Get-Go. He likes to sell gas. And pies. He's a pie gas guy.
Oh, fuck me.
He loves Jeff Foxworthy, so...
On the next episode, we'll talk to Seth Green. He'll be here.
He'll actually be... He's sitting in the seat next to me. What do you guys think is the best purchase we've ever made? Preferably with whoever celebrity friends we're hanging out with at the time.
Answer down below. We'll record the right answers and give shout-outs to people who get it right. Give us game suggestions down there as well. We'll do our best to play them. If you like our stuff, subscribe to the channel. If you have friends who would like our stuff, please share the videos around to them. Bye, everybody.
Later, Gators.